Hey everybody, and welcome to another Star Citizen video. My name is Scary Spikes, and today we're going to be talking about the Chairman's Club, otherwise known as Concierge, what it is, how to get it, and what benefits you might enjoy if you are a Chairman's Club member. Before we get started though, I just wanted to apologize for the lack of the video last week. I am still recovering from COVID and I'm not 100%, but we thought we'd give it a try this week, so I hope you guys are okay with the change in voice. It's a little deeper than usual, but also wanted to thank all of my wonderful channel members and patrons who help to support me directly. And if you find these videos helpful and would like to do the same, you can become a patron by clicking on the Patreon link down in the description, or you can become a channel member right here on YouTube by clicking the blue join button below the video right next to that red subscribe button. So thank you very much for all of your support and understanding, and let's go ahead and get started with this video. All right, so let's go ahead and answer a few questions that I know a lot of you guys watching the video are here to ask, and those are going to be the very basic ones. What is Chairman's Club? How do I get it? How do I know whether I have it? And if I don't have it, how do I know how close I am to getting it? So let's go ahead and work through those questions first, and then we'll get into all of the juicy details. So let's first talk about what the Chairman's Club is. It's a value-add rewards program meant to incentivize and thank players that spend at least $1,000 US on the project, up to and including $25,000. Now, there's a number of different levels that start at the $1,000 mark, but do work their way up as you spend more on your account. So I'm going to go ahead and link this article, which you'll be able to see even if you're not a Concierge member. And this is going to show you all of the different levels, which we'll talk about as we discuss what this program really is and what it includes. So you can go ahead and follow along by clicking on the link in the description below, which will take you to this Concierge levels and rewards, which will explain everything that you need to know. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with the perks that you get that you see on this website, and then we'll move over to the article to talk about more details about what you get. So first and foremost, you get early access to Wave 1 PTU. Basically what that is a public test universe that is meant to test patches before they are released to the general public. Now, generally speaking, there's a group of people called the Evocati, which are hand-picked community members by CIG that test the most critical areas of a patch when it's first released into the PTU. Then, of course, we have Wave 1, which is going to be access for Chairman's Club as well as subscriber members. And then you've got Wave 2, which is active players, and Wave 3, which is the public. And then at that point, it goes into the PU, or the persistent universe, and makes it available for everybody to play as the main patch of the current progression of the project. So if you're looking for access to the Wave 1 right after Evocati gets done testing, then this is a good way to do it. Although if this is the only thing that you want, I honestly wouldn't recommend doing it through the Chairman's Club. You can save yourself hundreds of dollars simply by getting a $10 monthly pass subscription during the time when the patch that you want to test in Wave 1 is coming out. And at that point, you can just spend 10 bucks instead of $1,000 to get the same access. So if that's what's important to you, then that's what I would recommend to do. Then you also get expedited customer service. So this is interesting. I haven't had the chance to independently test this. I do know, and I can confirm, that there are specific employees at CIG that are devoted just to answering concierge questions and concierge tickets. However, I really don't know the difference in time that it takes to get a response between when you are a concierge member and when you are not. Now, logic would dictate that because there are people that are only answering concierge tickets, that if you, as a concierge member, submit a ticket, then it will only go to one of those people, and by virtue of that, make the whole process a little bit faster. But you should keep in mind that there are a number of different departments within CIG, such as when you make a complaint about another player, when you have a question about a pledge, when you want to ask a question about a piece of merchandise that you have bought. All of those different questions go to different people, different departments, and that may also necessitate a difference in the amount of response time that you would expect to receive a response. So that is definitely something to keep in mind, but it is a nice little extra bonus to have someone dedicated to answering concierge questions. Then you also have exclusive community. Now, for me, this isn't as important because, generally speaking, I have my own community on Discord, and that's where all of us hang out. Make sure to join us there, by the way. It's a great community and a great place to be. But if this is something that's important to you, you do get access on the forums as well as the chat groups to your own individual section there for Chairman Club members, so that you can talk to other Chairman's Club members and just feel very privileged for being in that position. So those are areas on Spectrum that you will have access to that nobody else will have access to as a Chairman's Club or Concierge member. You do also have exclusive products. Now, this is interesting. There are a number of different products, both merchandise as well as packs and exclusive skins that are available to you, including this $40,000 pack that we will not be talking about today, that are available to you exclusively as a Concierge member. And what's really cool is that when there are new vehicles that come out, like the recent Centurion, if you are not a Concierge member, you might consider buying a War Bond version so that you can get lifetime insurance. But if you are a Concierge member, you do also get a bonus exclusive skin for the same price. And you do also have the option to buy the skins individually as well, as you can see here for this vehicle here. So it's definitely a nice little plus, and it is something that you will be able to continually benefit from as new vehicles are released straight to flyable. So something to keep in mind. You do also have the option to download your certificate here for various levels that you have achieved, if that's something that's important to you. You do also get access to a sample of the Star Citizen soundtrack, and then you do have a little counter here that shows you just how close you are, tantalizingly close, to the next level to help you possibly make that jump. Now, one thing that's not included here in terms of what you get, sorry for scrolling around so much here, folks, but you do also get at the $1,000 level access to the Star Citizen digital download, and then you, of course, you do also get access to the Squadron 42 digital download. So once you have reached your first level of Concierge, you do not need a game package anymore. So something to keep in mind, you can go ahead and melt your game package once you are Concierge, and then you're able to basically just use the digital download that you get with the Concierge. Now, of course, you will still need ships and stuff like that to fly around with, and if you've spent $1,000, then you're very likely to have at least one ship, or probably a number of ships that you can fly around with, and not having to worry about getting that game package. So definitely a nice little inclusion. So let's go ahead and now talk about all of the different levels within the Concierge, and pretty much what else you get with each of these different levels. So the first one is going to be High Admiral, and that one you need $1,000 spent. Of course, that is United States dollars, so you'll have to do the conversion, how that converts to your local currency. You do get a top hat and a monocle. That is something that you can wear. That is at the $1,000 level. You do also get some whiskey. Unfortunately, this is kind of useless right now because this is something that you were able to decorate your hangar or your personal hangar with. And unfortunately, right now, as of the filming of this video, personal hangars have been removed from the game in order to be improved for a subsequent patch that is coming down the road. So this is not something you'll have access to right away, but you will have access eventually. Now, you do also have an Arclight laser executive pistol here. Now, again, this is really nice to have. I feel like it's better just to have it than to use it, because if you use it, you can lose it, and the only way to get it back is to do a character reset. The plus on anything that you have pledged or attributed to your account through either the Concierge or the Pledge Store is that, of course, you're never going to truly lose it, but you can still lose them in the game if you die. And then, again, the only way to get that back is to do a character reset. So just be careful with that, but you do get a cool little Executive Edition pistol with your $1,000 spent as well. As I mentioned before, you do get access to a sample of the Star Citizen soundtrack, and then, of course, the Star Citizen digital download and the Squadron 42 download as well. So moving on, we have Grand Admiral. That's the next one. So that is going to be $2,500 in spend, so 2.5 times the amount from the first level. And a pretty meager offering here. You do get the Arrowhead Sniper Rifle Executive Edition, so a nice gold sniper rifle. It looks really cool. Again, you can lose it, and the only way to get it back is with a character reset, so something to be careful about. Honestly, I would really just stop at the $1,000 level. If it's incidental and you're just getting these extra levels because you're just spending more on stuff that you actually want, then this is a nice little addition. But honestly, I think the biggest bang for your buck, if you really want to be Concierge, is going to be High Admiral, because you do get the most here. Moving on, though, we do have Space Marshal. That is going to be the $5,000 level. And this is actually really cool. You do get a nice Venture Explorer Suit Executive Edition. This is a nice, really shiny gold space suit. that you get that used to actually be really bugged, but they did fix the light emanating from the collar, which is nice, and it does look really cool. So if you want to really flex on people, you can definitely wear that. Again, it's one of those things that you can lose, and you can only get it back with a character reset. So again, I know I'm repeating myself and sound like a broken record here, but just keep that in mind. That is something that you'll need to do. So if you want to just have it in your inventory for the sake of showing off to your friends and stuff, you know, that's fine. You'll never lose it that way. But if you are actually going to take it out on your travels, you do need to be careful. All right, so we're going to move on to Wing Commander. This is the level that I'm at currently. That is the $10,000 level. And with this is really where the rewards start to get really juicy. So with this one, you're getting the Anvil Aerospace F8C Lightning. This is the civilian version of the F8C Executive, which is the one that is the military version for the next rank. But this is a really, really cool ship. This is one that is going to be included in Squadron 42. And so as soon as that comes out, presumably that is where you're going to be able to get access to that, and that is at the $10,000 the Wing Commander level. Now if you're crazy and you want to spend even more money, then another $5,000 will get you the Praetorian rank, and that is going to give you access to the Apocalypse Arms Havoc Scatter Guns. This is a pair of scatter guns that you get, which I don't know, it's kind of cool, but it's kind of cheesy because I mean, you can buy weapons in game, so I'm not really sure how valuable that is. But getting the Anvil F8C Lightning Executive Edition is probably one of the ultimate flexes, notwithstanding the Legatus Navium reward, which we'll talk about in just a second here. That is going to be for the final level, the $25,000 US. Think about that, guys. I mean, some people buy cars for that, you know, like nice cars. So, you know, you can go and get a loan from the bank, and you can either go get yourself a car, or you can get yourself Legatus Navium. And with that, you're also going to be getting the Origin 600i and the Executive Edition skin, which is very, very, very rare indeed. So that is basically going to answer at length the question of what is Concierge. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question. So for the next two questions, the first one of the two we've actually already answered, and that is how to get access to the Chairman's Club. Well, of course, you need to spend at least $1,000. If we reference the article that we were looking at before, we can see that High Admiral is the first rank of the Chairman's Club, and you do need to spend $1,000 US in order to get access to that first one. So then once you've done that, how do you know that you actually have access? How do you get to this page? Well, that's pretty easy as well. You want to go ahead and make sure that you're logged in under My Account, and then you're going to see this button here that says Concierge. If you don't see this, but you have spent at least $1,000, give it a couple of days. Sometimes it might take a little bit of time to kick in, and if not, you might want to go to the help site to get a little bit of help with this. But generally speaking, it's all automatic, and you should be able to get access to it probably within a few minutes of spending $1,000, but it could take up to a day or two to kick in. So finally, the last two questions you might be asking are, well, how close am I to becoming a Concierge or Chairman's Club member? And if I'm already a Chairman's Club member, then how close am I to the next rank? And those are very easily answered. So let's go ahead and deal with the first one there by clicking on the Account tab, making sure that you're logged in, and clicking on My Hangar. Once you're here, go ahead and click on Billing and Subscription, and then scroll all the way down, at which point you're going to be met with this astronomically high number, which will undoubtedly pose additional questions like, why hasn't my spouse murdered me and dumped me into the nearest river? Or how many mortgages am I really in with the bank? Once you've answered those questions, you've probably gotten a better idea as to how close you are to Concierge membership and or how close you are to the next level. To answer the second question, there is a bit of an easier way to do this without having to look at that number, and that is simply by heading back into the Concierge section, scrolling halfway down, and seeing a very convenient bar, which for me is 99% to Praetorian, which is not only going to offer you the information about how tantalizingly close you are to the next level, but also potentially give you the peer pressure by showing you the rewards that you'll get into stepping over the edge and taking the plunge into the next level. Thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate you being here and spending your time to check out this video. And if you found it helpful, you can help me out in a big way by making sure to subscribe and also to ring the bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Make sure to leave a like on the video as well to tell the YouTube algorithm that you found it helpful so that YouTube can recommend it to more people. And feel free to share this with your friends and communities as well. Make sure to come on by our wonderful Discord community as well if you get a chance. We got a lot of really awesome people there, and we do play other games other than Star Citizen, so it'd be really nice to meet you and play some games with you there. That being said, again, thank you so very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.